we're just gonna send it. This is all for charity, and this is all for good cause.
Yeah, we do stay away from Valorant. Indeed, we do. Play Apex. It's a much better game.
I'll show Swansea a lesson. And I decided to go outside, touch grass, and swing the 3-man. I thought, oh, wait, guys, go. Wakanda forever.
London Legion, Apollo, like the Apex team are playing.
When it's NSC and the players that we're facing against are more experienced, there's a lot more factors you have to take into account.
Hello everybody, and welcome to today's CoEs Couch. I am Alex Reece. I'm being joined by the lovely
Torrell Luke.
And we're two members of the Apex team here in London Legion. I do the events management course outside of London Legion, and inside of London Legion in the Apex team, I'm the coach. I coach this beautiful man. What do you do?
I do international business with digital media, and in the Apex team, I'm the anchor for the team. Main Watson.
Yes,
maybe. And
we're trying it out.
A few others. So yeah. We're just having a good time.
Yeah, so we obviously participate in NSC and NUL, which are the university kind of esports leagues. We're doing pretty well at the moment. As of recording, I think we're second or third in NUL, and we're third in NSC. So that's pretty good. We haven't finished the tournaments yet, but that's pretty good start.
Yeah.
In terms of what we do, I mean, I'm the coach, as I said, so like I do all of the preparation stuff. I shout at them when they annoy me because they are very annoying, but I do love them. But yeah, I make all the pre-plans, all of like the strategies. I kind of tell them what they're doing right, what they're doing wrong, what we need to improve on. Basically coaching stuff. But I think the thing that I like the most about coaching you guys is that you're always funny. I think that's my favorite thing. You guys are always funny, you're always laughing, you're always having a load of fun, where I think a lot of other teams don't. I think that's what makes the Apex team so much better.
Yeah.
Not to toot our own horn.
I mean, I'll be honest. I mean, we're all just here to have a good laugh and a joke. I mean, obviously, when it comes to like match days and all of that sort of stuff, most of the time, we basically just have laughs and jokes. At the end of the day, if it's not match day, we're really going to take it seriously.
No, we just have fun.
That's the point, isn't it? Like,
pretty much.
And that's what causes us to have good success. To be quite honest.
Well, speaking of success, if we throw ourselves back to last split, when I was a player, I was a coach. We actually did really well.
Oh yeah,
we were an underdog team. I think a lot of London Legion kind of saw, the Apex team as the meme team. We were kind of put together. We didn't really know what to do. None of us knew what we were doing. We didn't know each other. I think we played like a day before the tournament match, and that was like all the practice we had together. And we actually did really well. In that, I think we got fourth in NSC.
Fourth in NSC, sixth
and we got sixth in NUL. That is pretty good for a team that have never played with each other.
Precisely.
A lot of that was because of me on crypto. I can't go a day without talking about crypto, as we know. If you watch the Student Champs, I'm the caster for that. Always talking about crypto. It's my favorite legend. And I will never not stop talking about him. But yeah, a lot of if we talk about our strategies and stuff, without like revealing ourselves too much, I think the main thing we're best at, especially on World's Edge, in terms of the team, is our contests.
Yeah.
We land at Countdown. We have a very good kind of like strategy when it comes to contests. Contests in Apex is when two teams or multiple teams land in the same kind of area, and they're all kind of fighting for that loot. We have a pretty strong one. I mean, the most recent update has kind of changed what we do a little bit, but I think in NSC and NUL, I think we have 100% win rate in contests at Countdown.
Yeah.
So that is very good. On Stormpoint, I think we've lost once in our contest at CETA, but
I explain why. So
go ahead.
With CETA Station is one of those ones where it depends on where the dropship is going and when we time to drop, because even just 1 millisecond we're done. Because it's basically, with contest at Ceto, it's whoever gets to the middle first. And if you get to the middle first, like you always say to us, you get to the middle first, you automatically win. And if you lose, there's obviously something wrong.
Yeah, well, it does also come down to basic RNG, what guns you get, how the other team land, what legends they're running, what legends you're running. So you can still lose it, but I think if you get control of that high ground at Ceto, you 9 times out of 10 win.
Precisely.
Because if they don't have a horizon, especially if they don't have a horizon, then they can't really do anything to get to you. The only thing they can do, and there's kind of like a counter strat to it, is take control of the inside of the top bit.
Yeah.
Because then the top people can't push you. But to get there, you're probably going to have to push into them and take quite a bit of damage, which is what you need with the high ground to then engage and win that fight. So that's our start, I guess, when it comes to the matches. Obviously, then we go on to the rotations and stuff. A problem we have.
Very big problem.
I think rotations for us are quite difficult. Once we have a position, once we have like a good spot in zone, we know exactly what to do. And we know kind of what we should and should be doing. But when it comes to stuff like rotating, like far zones, like we usually land towards the middle of the map kind of area. That's where our POIs are. Whenever we have a pull that doesn't favor us, so, kind of
it's mainly
to the outsides.
Zone. Yeah.
We do kind of struggle with our rotations. So that's something that we need to improve on. But when we do have zone, oh my gosh, we get lots of kills.
Oh, yes.
Sometimes we don't. But most of the time we get loads of kills. We get a really nice position, placement points, and I think those games are the games that we excel in. I think as a team, that's what we're best at, despite having players like Palm and Jamie, for example, or even Kuki.
Yeah.
They're all very, heavy fighting players. Even yourself, all 4 of you are heavy fighting players.
Swing or be swung.
And then there's me, who likes to sit in zone, sit on zone in my drone, just telling people what to do. It's my favorite thing to do.
Yeah, I mean, with the whole attack thing, which a lot of people may have seen from streams and stuff, I obviously, as you probably already know, a lot of us really are just solo queue players. I mean, obviously, Palm and Jamie are both from Valorant, so in some cases they would have to push, especially depending on what roles they play in Valorant. But for Cookie and I, because a lot of the time we play pubs, sometimes we play rank solo, we're always just one to attack. And a lot of the time, you have to fight because third parties have now become the norm in Apex.
They do.
So
Battle Royale.
Exactly. It's like yesterday, I was playing ranked, and then there was 6 teams just pushing each other in one small location. And if you take that over to NSC and Newell, I think from point onwards, we should focus on dealing with third parties when we're at a disadvantage. Because I think for us, that's a bit of a small downside we have. But again, we do scrims on Saturday with all universities in NSC and Newell. Sometimes.
People don't turn up.
Oh, God. But we always will strive to work around those issues and see how we can benefit ourselves from that. Because once we get rid of that one jagged outline, we'll be all right. We'll be all right.
Well, I mean, come next year, hopefully when we get some more students in College of Esports and London Legion, we might have more teams, hopefully.
Oh, yes.
Hopefully we won't be known as the meme team anymore, as we started off, I believe. But with more students, we'll be able to have more teams, we'll be able to do more, practice and stuff. It's very hard to practice in Apex because, as you said, solo queuing and competitive are so different to NSE and Newell.
Yeah.
Competitive is a lot harder than NSE and Newell.
It's night and day.
It's like you go into a pub's lobby, you play against top 500s, you play NSE and Newell, you have one good team, which is us, and then everyone else is rookie, first time players, never played the game before. This isn't definitely me just overcompensating to make London Legion sound better. I'm gonna get in trouble for that, aren't I? Anyway, that'll be edited out.
Yeah, it'll be fine. It'll be fine.
That's for the blooper reel.
Maybe.
Anyway, that's student champs every Thursday. Well, there's been a 2-week break for school holidays, but yeah, every Thursday I do student champs. I'm a caster on that. I'm a color caster actually. So this is new for me. I'm hosting today. But yeah, so I do color casting. So I kind of go a lot more like in depth. I guess that's kind of also my role as the coach.
All right, Mr. Nicewig.
Mr. Nicewig. I do not like Nicewig.
How dare you? How could you not like such a distinguished gentleman?
He thinks Conduit is good for the game, and he thinks World's Edge is the worst map.
You see, he's got a bit of a point. I mean, if you understand where he's coming from, he's been casting World's Edge for the past 4 years.
Yeah, but it's just such a good map.
Right.
It's the best map they've ever made.
But there's a fine line. Like, I mean, with the whole thing with LGS, they need to spice it up a bit. I mean, look, last split, right, we played on Olympus.
Oh, God, yeah, we did.
And, granted, right, the way how Olympus looks is only the top half of the map is viable for competitive play, in my opinion. Because the bottom half is so open, there's nowhere to hide, and there's always just going to be, especially in NSC Newell, there's going to be that one vantage in Narnia going to shoot you and basically eradicate your team.
Vantage is a good pick, though.
I don't know, man.
I think we should start running Vantage.
If we start running Vantage, I will cry on stream.
Jamie and Palm running Vantage, I think that's a sick idea, no? You get the free damage, and then you controller players can just whoop in with your R9s, your cars, and annihilate.
Look, nah. We stay away from Valorant. We stay away from Valk, okay?
Yeah, we do stay away from Valorant. Indeed, we do.
We stay away from Valorant. We
Uninstall
don't like
it. Play Apex. It's a much better game. It's not. It's not. They're both as bad as each other.
But yeah, I honestly, coming back to the whole Nicewig thing, I understand where he's coming from in a sense, because if they should bring out a new map soon, in my opinion. And with this new map, because I've heard it's more city based, they should integrate that more into LGS, because a lot of people are starting to get tired of World's Edge, and especially with the Apex community, they always want change. They always want something new.
Every day.
Exactly. And if they introduce a new map, even if you have 3 maps, so you have 2 on World's Edge, 2 on Stormpoint, and 2 on the new map, that would give the LGS a refreshing feeling.
True.
And it will have more things for these pro players to do. Because really and truly, they could just hop into a scrim and say, oh yeah, we're just doing these 2 maps. And like, there's no work at all for it. Because there's just the same tactics over and over and over again. And it's just basically watching a replay, just with different players.
I mean, yeah, kind of. I mean, the only thing I would disagree on is I don't see it as a replay. I think every match is unique, because every match, everyone has different loot. Everyone has a different zone pool. Everyone has a different position.
I mean, I understand that. I won't lie. I understand that. But at the end of the day, like, there's only so much you can do. Because really, if you think about it, R9, 30-30, Flatline even, my good favourite 301, and a few others have been in the meta all the time, since the first year. Like, you always just see an R9, a wingman. Heck, you even see a Kraber more than a lot of weapons, like the triple take, for example. It's getting stale, and I think that's where Apex Esports is lacking. And if they just change it up a bit, well, it'll be great. A lot of people would watch it more, because it's a bit of a mystery on like who's going to win, who has going to have the right tactics with this new meta or new map even.
I mean, we do kind of have a new meta though. We had the season 20 update with the legend perks, which has completely changed the meta. We're now seeing Caustic again. We haven't seen Caustic for about a year.
Get rid of that stinky boy from the game.
We're seeing Valk again. Since evac towers were added, we haven't seen her. She's being played a lot more now, especially on like World's Edge and some Stormpoint as well. Conduit's still meta. Horizon's being slightly pushed out of meta now.
Thank God.
So, we're seeing a little bit less of her. Still on Stormpoint, we're seeing her quite a bit.
I mean, to be honest, she's very viable anyway.
She is.
So it's not like to say you could just drop her altogether, because realistically, Apex has no audio. No audio. I could be this close to Lex and I still won't hear him.
No.
And with Horizon, she has little to no audio on any of her abilities.
It's fine though, because they fixed it, didn't they?
Yeah, somewhat fixed it, but she can still be literally invisible. So I think she's still a viable option to abuse this sound, like no sound type of deal. Like, I'm going to be honest with you, a lot of these pro players, when they're in competitive play, if there's something they can abuse, they will abuse it. Look at punch boosting, for example.
Yeah.
I mean, there was this one time where EA decided, you can't tap strafe because you'll get banned or disqualified. That was pretty stupid.
But then they turned it into a feature, so there you go.
With Octane's perk.
To be fair, most of Apex's movement, which is like what the game is mostly known for, is built off of bugs, which is quite funny. Like
minus
tap strafing, like all like what's that? Super gliding. It's all just like bugs in the game that they just haven't fixed because people like it, and it does they are things that require some form of skill. So anyone can really do it, unless you're a crypto man and have a really bad movement hitbox. But
I'm very sorry to you for crypto men.
All four of us.
Yes.
You know what? After this podcast, someone's going to go play a game of crypto, and they're going to go win, and they're going to be like, it's the best legend in the game.
I don't know, man.
And then Conduit's going to come along and absolutely ruin their day. So
we hate Conduit around here.
We do. Especially with her upgrade now, where she can shield both her teammates for half their shield. And Crypto's EMP doing half of their shields. It completely counters, like, there's no point playing crypto anymore. Other than maybe, like, if you have a Watson, I think that's, like, the only exception that you can get away with now with crypto, which is quite sad, considering, like, Watson isn't brilliant for tournament play, but for competitive and pubs, she's not the greatest. She doesn't really provide as much.
Hey, now, Watson...
I'm sorry, she's not useful anymore.
She's still a viable option. Look, she was out of meta since the OG days. And now she's come back. Let her have her time.
Never. Never, ever. You are never, ever allowed to enjoy your main.
Man. That's fine. I'll just move to Maggie.
That's another point. Actually, pros are experimenting with Maggie now.
We need to experiment with Maggie.
Maybe next split. I think Maggie completely changes how we play.
Bro, NSC finals, I'm playing Maggie. I don't care.
That's fair enough.
I'm gonna run Maggie.
I can't stop you once you lock in that legend. I will be annoyed at you.
It's fine. I'll show Swansea a lesson. I'm talking to you, Swansea. My Maggie's coming for you.
It's just
actually no,
she's just mean. I doubt Swansea will even watch this. So there you go. Maybe if we force it on them, maybe they'll watch it.
I will plant it everywhere so if Swansea watches my message.
If we beat them in NSC or New this split, because we didn't beat them last time, we beat them in either of them, then we will send them this podcast and force them to watch it.
Yes.
And then we will, I don't know, smile at them and respect them because they are very good players.
And give them a hug too.
And lots of hugs.
Yes, we love hugs around here.
Another thing that I was annoyed at, this brings me on to another point. It was a few weeks ago, we had Gameblast.
Oh no, here we go.
And I made a rule for myself that because it was just the new season, it came out, like, we did it on the Friday, the update came out on the Tuesday. I made a rule that I wasn't going to give you guys any strategies, like, because we had a lot of teams that have never played the game. You know, we had one of our lecturers, Linton, him and his two kids playing. Beautiful team, by the way. They played so well, especially Linton's son.
Oh, he was goated.
Linton's son needs to move away from Linton and actually learn the game because I think Linton's holding him back.
Yeah, I don't want him playing Rampart. Come on now.
But anyway, so talking about Gameblast though, I obviously was casting it, so I obviously have my own experiences. I was very annoyed at you when we went into Storm Point.
Look,
on
okay,
game
look.
4.
Okay, let me explain that side of the story. All right. So, I put down all barrels everywhere I could. I was just shooting, poking, the usual stuff, and Palm tells me, oh, there's a team pushing us. I thought, all right, cool. All right, let me just get this all done then. So I didn't know where they were. My brain just fogged, and my brain just transformed itself like Optimus Prime into solo queue mode, and I thought, oh, 3-man attack. So I didn't know where they were. I just ignored the fact that my 2 teammates were telling me do not go outside. And I decided to go outside, touch grass, and swing the 3-man. And then I realized that my 2 teammates were still in the building saying, why the hell did you go outside? You had it locked down.
Yeah.
But I agree. It was my fault. And that's one thing I'm working on. Even though it's very hard not to swing and fight everything, but especially as an anchor. But yeah, I would say it was my fault because we had it in the bag. I mean, there was this one team near these like 2 dome balls things, like I think it was northeast of us.
Yeah.
And I got a knock on the lifeline. I thought, bro, we need to push that. But at the same time, I thought, wait a minute, we don't need to push that because we're in a building that is good in zone. But it was a bit of a shame. And I up to now, I feel kind of annoyed that I swung that. It was just one of those instincts to do. But I think for next time, especially because I was a heavy legend, nah, don't do that.
Well, next time I'm not going to let you run Caustic, Gibby, and Newcastle on Storm Point as well.
Look, okay.
Whoever's cool that was horrible.
Look, we decided we wanted to go with the thick boys. Game 4 was thick boy game.
And how did that go?
It was alright. Look, other than the start of game 4, where I got 3-man landed on by East Side, because I was so vexed with that. I was like, bro, they just decided not to get any weapons, nothing, just push, and they just kept on punching me, blah 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 blah. And luckily, Palm and Cookie, my lord and saviors, came to the rescue and wiped them out. But other than that, it was all right. I mean, quick looting like we normally do in Newell and NSC, get everything good. And because we was the heavy legends, it was one of those ones where we have to play for zone. We're not playing edge. It is impossible to play edge as Newcastle, Gibby, and Caustic. So just play for zone, get the ring console, and just chill.
Well, I mean, that was match 4 though. We've kind of gone out of order, but
it's fine. Nothing goes as expected in Apex, so this is fine.
Oh, there's something that I want to talk about, which was match 1. Now, I was casting match 1, and we got to see a little bit of London Legion Apollo, the Apex team. In game 1, I found it really funny. You guys, you instantly killed, or not instantly killed, but basically very quickly killed Team Guild's Gen Z, who were the only team that won 2 matches out of the 5 that we played. But because of you guys killing them that early on in the first game, they actually lost out on so many points. So talk about game 1. How did game 1 go? Recall your mind back all the way to that day.
Right. So when game 1 started, we was picking legends for game 1, and we just thought, you know what? Screw it. We're gonna meme it. So Palm went Mirage, I went Maggie, and I forgot who Cookie went. I think it was maybe Bloodhound, and we just thought, you know what, we're just gonna run it. It's, we're doing this all for charity. We've agreed that every kill is £1 towards charity, and we're just gonna send it. This is all for charity, and this is all for a good cause. So we just thought, yeah, let's go. So we're running it down, and then come across the first team, and I got a knock on one of them. I thought, oh, wait, guys, go. Wakanda forever. So we eliminated that team, and then we saw another team, and then it was Guild. And we didn't realize it was Guild at the time, but we could tell by their play style they are very experienced players, and we thought, wait a minute, we got to play this properly now. So I'm gonna be honest, from my point of view, I didn't really do much in that fight against Guild. I mean, I did get a bit of damage with my Q and my ult. I didn't really use my ult that much, but it was mainly the spotlight for game 1 anyway. Was mainly Palm. 8 kills first match.
On Mirage as well.
On Mirage, out of all people. I think there's like 5 squads left. Before that, we was fighting a team from staging, and we was low on health. We healed up, and then we thought, okay, there's a team like TPing to like around the corner where you got those 2 branches to a tunnel. And I thought, oh, someone's TP in there. There's a Wraith, so let's just go and kill her. Extra point. Then the whole squad just pull up, and then we actually died for that. And I just sat there, control on the floor, just thinking to myself, what the hell happened there? That's the worst thing is the Wraith was 1. She was 1 health, but no, the other team from staging decided to give us a big old hug. And so then it left with Palm by himself, and then Palm just did what he knows best, and got us. I think it was a 3rd place finish.
You got 2nd, and you got an extra kill from it.
Yeah,
as well. So that was very lucky.
And that one Bangalore that was in the corner. I always wondered, how the hell did you have great armor still?
Wow, the new system. If you don't level up, then you're not gonna have armor.
But there's no way you could still have great armor down to the last ring. Like, it's very baffling to me, but hey-ho. I mean, again, as you said, new season. Yeah, that was game 1.
Well, in game 2, after killing Guild in the first match very early on, in the final 3v3, they beat you.
Okay.
Do you want to explain what you did, Sulfur, in that last 3v3 game 2?
Right. So one thing I do know, you was most likely screaming at the monitor of me. Okay, let me explain. So, we was getting shot up by once again a solo Wraith. This Wraith just kept on dreaming that we have a warm pillow when we're going to bed tonight on a summer day. She just wanted to ruin our game. And I was low in health, and I thought it would be a good idea to drop down to heal, because I was scared that I was going to get knocked from the Wraith, because the Wraith was just throwing bullets at us. Like, go, bullets, go. So, and then I dropped down, I fully healed, and I thought, all right, cool. Initially, I was looking for a way to get up, and I saw a solo, I think, Bangalore, and I thought, hold on a minute, it can't be. So I started shooting the Bangalore, and then next minute, just the 2 other people just came in, and it's just like a Dark Souls type of final boss. And I thought, great. And then my mind went fogged again, because I didn't know if I had a jump evac or not. And I think I actually used the evac. a fight prior, and then it was basically became a 2v3 because I got demolished by the 3-man. So again, my fault. I think a lot of the deaths we've had during Gameblast was mainly my fault because at the end of the day, a lot of the mistakes were partly my fault. I just because because it was a charity event, I just thought send it.
Yeah, it's all for fun. That was
it's all
the
for
main.
fun.
That was the main
Yeah.
thing. Is having fun.
But at the same time, though, we want to win. Like,
if you guys didn't win, I would have been very upset.
Yeah, that was another thing. And actually, on that, we don't appreciate how you were speaking about us during the casting.
I don't know what you mean. I was giving you nothing but love.
Oh yeah. Like we was watching. I was watching the stream on my second monitor, and then he was just insult. Like, this is our coach. This is his team is talking about over here. Like,
it's love. It's how I show my love.
Oh yeah.
Anything for you, Sulfur. You know that I will give you the most love.
How could you, man?
Of insults that I could, but they were out of love because I wanted to see you guys do really well. But I also wanted other teams to challenge you. I think there were a few teams that were a bit like panicky. I guess that oh, we haven't played Apex before. Oh, London Legion Apollo, like the Apex team, are playing. When in reality, like all you have to do is third party. And there's not too much anyone can really do unless they have a good position.
Precisely. I mean, I that's one thing that would have overcome us during the Gameblast was if there was a third party, because a lot of the fights, well, especially for example if it was facing Guild, and there was end of game 2. We was in a 3v3 with Guild. If there was another full three-man team, for example, Goalie Pop, they could easily third-party that and win the game. Easy. Because, like you said, nothing they can do. We would have no heals, especially if we're facing Guild, because we're just going to keep on throwing bullets at each other and keep on healing. So, it would have been an easy win for a third party. But, again, it happens sometimes the other team that's shooting first don't lose any health at all. So maybe.
Well, let's move on to game 3. Nothing interesting happened really.
No,
I think game 3 was one of the more boring games out of the 5.
Yeah,
I think the first game everyone was like kind of learning what they were supposed to be doing and all that stuff. So it's kind of interesting in that aspect. Game 2, obviously everyone applied that kind of knowledge. Game 3 just felt kind of stale to me.
Yeah, Guild just ran it and nothing really much we could really do.
I don't remember who won game 3. It's how unimportant it is.
I think it was Guild,
I don't remember. I don't know. They won game 2 and I think 4? I think it was game 4.
Yeah, might have been.
But then
game 5.
Game 5. You actually won a match.
Oh my god.
You played a very sweaty comp. You played Revenant, Conduit, and I think it was Bloodhound or Bang. I can't remember exactly.
It was Bloodhound, yeah.
Very sweaty characters when it comes to a charity event.
Look, okay. We was playing sweaty, but at the same time, when if we were hiding, for example, the fight before we won, there was a team at the top of the beast, and we was fighting them, and then because we was taking a lot of damage, we decided to hide underneath the beast. So we're still in the open, but they can't see us from at the top. And I'm just sitting there. I have no heals, nothing, and it's just Cookie and Palm just punching each other into the open to see who will die first. And I just thought, yeah, I agree, man. Who's gonna die first?
Who's going to die first? That is Apex Legends.
Yeah. But at the end of the day, we did play that well towards the end because...
You did. You won.
We won, obviously, but the way how we handled it, it was like better in my opinion than if we played an NSC Newell. Reason being is because like when it's NSC Newell, there's a lot more you have to take in, especially because the players that we're facing against are more experienced. There's a lot more factors you have to take into account. But in this scenario, it went a lot smoother than I thought it would. I thought it was going to be a soup sandwich.
I've never heard of that terminology before. A soup sandwich.
Look, I play Bangalore, okay? I play Bangalore. When you're in the final circle, you hear soup sandwich all the time.
I'm going to start using that in our coaching lessons then.
Yes, please do.
I want you to perform the soup sandwich maneuver, and I want everyone to know exactly what that means because I don't even know.
I will say because we've got Newell finals on Sunday.
We do. As of recording. Obviously.
As of recording.
I think this goes out after.
Yeah, but when it does go out, we've already won that by now. So, watch this podcast first before you watch the highlights of Newell, okay?
Yes. Yeah, we've won.
Yeah.
Tell you what we'll do is we'll do like a celebration, and then we'll have like a sad sad one, and then post like in the editing we can fix it so it's like, so we didn't get first in this, that's a shame.
Oh no.
And then oh my god, we won so far.
Oh my god. Oh
brilliant plays,
god.
Honestly.
The boys are just there, man. It's just the boys, man.
Oh dear.
But yeah, I think overall with Gameblast, it was a fantastic event. You, Foxdrop, and Luke did a fantastic job with casting.
Luca and
Louis. And Louis. Oh, don't forget Louis as well.
Can't forget Louis.
I love that son of a gun.
I would kiss him.
I would kiss him too.
But I think he's scared. I'll be honest.
Okay, we just give him a hug then. How about that?
I don't do hugs. I only do kisses.
Fair enough.
All right.
So yeah, just to wrap it up, just to reiterate, we've got as of recording, we have Newell finals on Sunday.
Yeah.
Stay tuned for that. And we've got NSC again on Tuesday. We've got week 3, and then the juicy week 4.
Just the finals. On
the 9th, I believe.
I don't even know what day it is today.
I'm going to be...
you find out the date.
Yeah.
I'll give us a little wrap up. So, what we talked about today, we talked about who we are, what we do on the Apex team. We talked about NSC and Newell. We talked a little bit about competitive Apex, which we're both very much watching. It starts again this weekend as of recording.
Let's
go.
So,
I think as of this podcast coming out, it would have been last weekend or the weekend before. We've been told to plug our stuff by our producer. So
our lovely producer Freddie.
Do you wanna plug your stuff first?
Oh yeah. No, you go first. You go first.
You go first.
No, you're right.
Stanley, you go first.
Okay, so Stanley here. He would like to say he loves you very much, and we love you too. Whoever's watching, we love you. Okay?
So my stuff is Qualiteas. It kind of changes around on Twitter. I think Twitter it's Qualiteas TTV because Qualiteas was taken.
How dare you?
But on Twitch, it's that. On Discord, it's Qualiteas as well. If you want some Apex coaching, I do it for free right now. Eventually, I'll force London Legion to pay me. Maybe in Freddo's. I have a meme about Freddo's.
Yes.
And what about you?
So it's SG1. Okay. That's gone
he's
now.
leaked all of his mobile apps.
SG1 FUR on Twitch. I stream every single day, Monday through Sunday, always 8 p.m. plus. So on Twitter, it's same thing, SG1 FUR with 2 underscores, not 1. So Twitter 2 underscores, Twitch 1 underscore. But other than that, from both Qualiteas and Sulfur, we'd like to say thank you for watching,
We have to do a selfie first.
And we're going to do a selfie
If we
right
don't
now.
do a selfie, our producer's going to get very upset at us, and he's not going to give me... I agreed to do this podcast if I got a hug and a 2 firm handshakes. So
well, here we go.
Oh my god, this tablet is way too big.
There we go.
There we go.
That's a wrap.
That's a wrap. Thank you for watching. Have a good rest of your week. Or this goes out on a Monday, I believe. So, or whatever day it goes out on. Tuesday. It goes out on Tuesdays.
Yes.
Have a good rest of your week. Have a good weekend. And play Apex.
Play Apex.
Yeah.